Alright, what's going on, guys? This is Sona64 again, and it seems like a little under a year ago, almost 2 years ago, on June 17th, 2014, I did a video on OkCupid questions. This was like a while ago, like before I had the year-long relationship I literally just got out of a couple months ago, and for some reason, like, I was gonna make a series out of this, but I don't know. I didn't commit to it, but there are a lot of interesting questions on the website, which is a lot of content if you like to learn about people. So I thought maybe I'd answer some questions on the website so you guys get a better idea of me, and maybe, we could have a conversation in the comment section or something. Or you can just, rate me on how I answered the questions, or say I'm a douchebag for answering it the wrong way, or, something like that. I've answered 1,652 questions, and my match percentage is 99.9%, which is the highest match possible. Which is weird because you think that if you answer all of the questions, it will be up to 100%, but apparently, I guess this is the highest. Like, you can't get to 100%. I guess it's because they're always like adding questions. I have no idea how many questions they have on this website, but I just answer questions as I go. When I get on the website, I'll just answer a question here and there and increase the percentage with other people, because not everybody has answered the same questions as you, and not everybody has answered the same questions as other people. So the more questions you answer, the better you get an idea of if you're a good match for somebody, or more people. A good match for more people, because there might be somebody who hasn't answered any of the questions that you answered, which seems a little impossible, but, sometimes that person falls into that 0.1% because they just didn't answer the same questions as you did, or they answered literally one question that you didn't answer. So that happens sometimes. Anyway, let's start with the first question. For people who are in exclusive relationships, is fantasizing about others a form of infidelity? So, if I'm dating somebody or in a serious relationship, should I be allowed to fantasize about other people? No? It's a good question. I mean, see, because, like, this question they don't really, like, they kind of leave it vague, and they kind of just want you to add your own explanation. I'm thinking that it's a no, but only because I'm comparing it to, like, other people that you might know. I mean, I don't really think that your partner would be okay with you fantasizing about, I don't know, a celebrity, let alone a person that you guys actually know in real life. So my answer would probably be no to that. I don't know. I don't really think that's that important. Like, if my partner fantasized about um, Idris Elba or Channing Tatum, I guess. Okay. I mean, they're. But if you fantasized about my best friend, that's a bit of a problem. So, a basic no, honestly. Would you consider dating someone who routinely has one-way conversations with inanimate objects? Would you consider dating someone who routinely has one-way conversations with inanimate objects? Um, it's kind of weird because I'm talking to a mic. The fuck? I'm talking to a microphone, which doesn't move, doesn't talk back to me. So yeah, I mean, there's nothing being animated right now. I guess I'd have to be okay with it. I guess it really doesn't matter to me, though, how they answer it. I mean, no one really thinks that deeply into it. Like, oh, people who do YouTube videos talk to inanimate objects, so yeah, whatever. Which of the following would you most expect to determine from a first date? Sexual compatibility. Well, to be fair, looks are probably before the first date. That's how you, like, looks to me will only, that's sexual compatibility. Like, oh, you look hot to me, I would totally have sex with you. Like, that's really what it is. I don't need to meet you to determine if I can have sex with you. If you look the part, you look sexy enough. Like I don't. That's definitely not one of them. Emotional compatibility, maybe. Spiritual compatibility. See, I'm not really a spiritual person, so I can't really cross that one. And financial compatibility. So, I think at the very most it would be emotional compatibility. I mean, I feel like financial compatibility I might be able to determine. Would I? No, I wouldn't. If I'm going out on a date with them, I'm probably paying for it because I'm the guy. A guy usually pays for it. So I wouldn't be able to determine that. I'm not a spiritual person, and sexual compatibility, I'd be able to determine from looking at them before the first date. So I would hope emotional. Well, I'm a guy, so they'd probably say financial. And I guess spiritual, because sexual compatibility, they'd find out before that. That's somewhat. I'm pretty sure about that one. Is it okay for a man to talk openly about his sexual exploits? Is it okay? To like a woman? To like his friends? I mean, if we're talking in general public, no. No, but if it's to his friends, it's okay. Yeah, I think that makes sense. If you really clicked with someone online and were meeting them in person, how would you greet them when you met them? Start by making out with them. Jesus! We must have been talking for years. No, I met somebody. I guess you could say I met somebody online a couple years ago. I met them on the PlayStation Network way longer before that, and we were just friends for the longest time. When I first met them, I didn't start by making out with them because we were just friends. Saying hi, I guess a friendly no, no. I'd say hi. I wouldn't shake their hand though. Yeah, I say hi or give them a friendly hug. Because shaking their hand like a best friend, I don't know. That's funny. I wouldn't do that. A little. I'm a little sure about that. Because these questions can be a little vague sometimes. Would it bother you if a date made gender-biased remarks? Gender-biased remarks. So... What maybe they're just using a term that I don't normally use, gender biased. I mean, I guess it's just biased towards one gender, you know? Like, oh, women are supposed to do this or guys are supposed to do that. Like those kind of inaccuracies. Would it bother me? I guess only if they were inaccurate. No, and only if they're inaccurate. It wouldn't really. Honestly, I don't really care. That doesn't really matter to me. That question is not really that important because I don't really. I can take a joke, you know, if you're like, oh, guys are supposed to do this, like, you know, if they're like being mean to me, whatever. But if they're like pointing something else out to somebody else or towards somebody else, then whatever. It's not really a big deal. I'm not that straight edge, Jesus. Let's say you ask your partner a question. Let's say you ask your partner a question, and know with certainty that their answer is a lie. What do you do about it? Call them out. You should call me out. Or you could discreetly probe for more information. I mean, I'm kind of a straightforward guy, so if I think something, I'm going to tell you, hey, this seems like this. What's going on? You know, like, oh, you said you were here and you weren't. What happened? You know, like I'm not going to probe them like, oh, what were you doing? After they had told me what they were doing earlier, and I caught them not doing that thing. I mean, call them out. Fucking be straightforward with it. Who's gonna? Don't ignore it. Definitely don't ignore it. I'll answer maybe 2 more questions. Could you be in a relationship with someone who had been previously sexually abused? Yes. I guess yes if it didn't affect our sex life. I'm somewhat sure about that. Whatever. Where should breastfeeding be allowed? Okay, so this question is a little bit geared more towards women. As a guy, I feel like, I mean, I have to answer it, but this is more of a female question because women are the ones that point out, oh, hey, you shouldn't be breastfeeding in public. Like, I don't know too many guys who are like, oh, don't do that in front of me, because like guys mostly like boobs. So if you breastfeed in front of us, like, either we're interested or we don't care. You know, interested in the fact that we want to watch, like a pervert, or we don't care. So, where should breastfeeding be allowed? Honestly, anywhere. I mean, if I'm allowed to eat, like, I'm not allowed to eat on the bus, but if I'm not going to be kicked off the bus for eating on the bus, why should a baby be kicked out for eating on the bus? Right? You know? I mean, we're allowed to, as humans, we're allowed to eat anywhere. So why can't babies eat anywhere, right? I mean, that's just me, though. Some people think that, oh, boobies are private, but that brings up the question of, first of all, boobs have more than just a sexual nature. Like, honestly, first and foremost, they're used to feed children. So, in that respect, if you take the whole sex craze of boobs aside, boobs are pretty much just forks that feed children. Or, I guess straws, as they suck it. But, you know, that's what it is. So, if your child has to eat, like, why do you have to go somewhere to go eat something, you know? I mean, let's say, for example, I bought a candy bar. I brought the candy bar home, and I sat down and I have this candy bar here, and I'm hungry. I have a snack. Do I have to go all the way down to the kitchen to eat my candy bar? No. I should be able to eat it right here, because I feel like eating it because I'm hungry. Same with a child. Why should they have to... I mean, if I'm not allowed to eat in a certain place, then sure, that child probably shouldn't be allowed to also eat in that certain place, because, I don't know, eating is not allowed in there. But in most cases, in most places you go, who's going to care if you put a stick of gum in your mouth, or if you eat a candy bar, you know? I mean, I know these are quick snacks, but, like, these are things that we want. Babies need to be fed. So, honestly, I guess I kind of also said only where others are allowed to eat. I'll say anywhere. I really think it should be where others are allowed to eat. But, I mean, children are a need, and where we're allowed to eat are like, I mean, if we need to eat, it's like a want mostly, unless we live in Africa. In that case, it's kind of a need. But in most cases, you can wait till dinner time. Like, you don't have to eat at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You can wait till dinner. You won't die. You have to be, like, super hungry and didn't eat breakfast. So anyways, I think that's enough for the questions that I've answered. If you guys have any also questions to ask me, you can leave them in the comments, or, you know, even just debate something that I answered here. I'm okay with that. So I thank you guys for watching. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.